Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To our panel, Mr. Dr. Khairul Anwar and technologist, Mr. Asri. Today, I want to present my title of project, which is Assessment on Stray Current for Third Rail System Performance in DC Railway Operation. Okay, first of all, I want to introduce myself and introduce my supervisor of project. Okay, my supervisor project is Mr. Technologist, Mr. Adlan bin Ali. And then my name is Muhammad Avid bin Mustamin, number matric B081810094. Okay, for my introduction of project background, first, what is railway electrification system? Okay, the electrification system railway is a crucial component of transportation network in large metropolitan area. Railway electrification system can supply in AC or DC. For AC, can be operated in overhead line or catenary, while for DC supply can be operated in a third rail or fourth rail system. Each system has its own shortcoming, such as a low level power supply and high level noise. The difference between these two traction techniques is that positive polarity of the current is set to flow through the newly placed rail. Okay, for the third rail system, the third rail system and the negative polarity of the current identified as a return path or return circuit still uses either of the two running rails regrettably. The disturbing stray current problem has surfaced, casting a shadow over the performance of the third rail system. The return path, not the third track, is the source of difficulty as a result of employing the running track as the return channel for the traction power to the traction source current. Stray current from the DC railway is undividable. Because of sleeper poor insulation effectiveness, a portion of the return current will undoubtedly leak to the ground, creating an unwanted current return route and current flowing along a low resistance channel. Because stray current can cause corrosion of neighboring railway support and third-party infrastructure, it is an issue that has to be activated handily. The current flowing the running track may then leak to the ground, pass through the soil, and be connected to nearby bare or badly insulated burial metal structure, so supplying resistance due to inadequate insulation between the return circuit and the earth. Corrosion and damage as well as overheating, arcing and fire may occur if stray current escape the metal structure, signal and communication system with inadequate anti-interference capabilities and interfered, putting person and equipment within and outside railway or train in risk. Corrosion of metal near the railway is mostly caused by stray current. Selecting an adequate grounding strategy is a good method to decrease corrosion intensity while also ensuring crew safety. The research simulates the issue of stray current when a train passes from one station to another by introducing the life safety and corrosion. Finally, measure the achievement of earthing system when stray current occurs based on the simulation study. Okay, for next for problem statement my project, keyword insulator. In order to insulate the third rail system from the ground and prevent them from finding a short circuit path to the negative circuit. An isolator is used. Isolate as usually covered by components which come from traction operation and other resource accumulated over time and cause fire, smoke, leakage current, and even failure of the insulator. The failure of third rail system can cause a delay in one component, the transportation system, and affect the entire railway. Passengers have a lost trust the safety of the subway system and the ability to reach their destination on time. And they are looking for another modes of transportation such as Grab, taxi, and so on. Next, as a result, the third rail system will always fail and stray current will be reduced in the third rail system. Failure in this system include the following as well as yearly action made to decrease stray current. Okay, first, the occurrence of a short circuit between rail to rail or between rail and earth, which pose a danger to the system as well as to individual newbie. And second, adding earth system that are less effective or less suitable for railway system, which can result in increased leakage current issue and will endanger the system on an individual newbie. And third, the proportion of current flowing through the rail increase as the running rail resistance decrease and the amount of current leakage of the rail decrease as the track resistance rises. Okay, in this project, my project objective is first to assist of stray current using running rail simulation method. Second, to design the simulation modeling achievement of earthing system when applicable stray current using MATLAB and PSCAD software. And last, to compare the earthing system effect when applicable stray current using MATLAB and PSCAD software. For my project scope, first, the scope of project start by familiarize with the concept DC electrify of third rail system operation for railway system, and then concentrate on study and comprehending the issue of stray current in the DC railway system, what caused it and how to solve it. And next, study and understand the software will be used in MATLAB, Simulink, and PSCAD software to facilitate the assessment in this project. And last, study and understand the theoretical related the leakage current, the theoretical modeling achievement of earthing system when applicable stray current, and make the comparison between earthing system. Okay, for my methodology project, this part describes on overall progress of my project, which is starting from chapter 1 until chapter 3. Okay, first start and then proceed to the research about railway system from journal, and then proceed to the research for DC electrification system railways, and then proceed to research about the third rail system, and then proceed to carry out research on problem and issue related to the topic of third rail system, and then proceed to identify suitable method to overcome the problem and issue related to the topic, and then proceed to propose title to my supervisor. When supervisor say yes, proceed to propose the title of project approved. When supervisor say no, return back to carry out research on problem and issue related to the topic, and then proceed to the report chapter 1 until chapter 3, and then set the report to the supervisor and end. To make analysis for in this project using software, the rail insulation is the component part we relate in this project. Okay, in this project, to assist of stray current DC electrification third rail system operation, rail insulation is used to evaluate the rate of current that flows out of the rail when train move from initial state using a modeling system that is the running rail method using MATLAB Simulink software, and then train wheels and running rail are commonly used DC substation traction current return channel except for the 4-rail track system, because current may flow out the rail and return at another location. If the rail and slipper are not insulated, the ground loop is significantly more difficult, which is issue the stray current, and then to prevent the electricity from escaping the rail and corroding metal structure. Most modern rail systems employ highly insulated rail. Controlling the return DC traction current and preventing it from going through the steel bar of concrete building is the crucial aim when developing DC electrified railway, in particularly high-stress concrete construction, to minimize electrolytic corrosion damage to the steel bar. Next, my methodology project to decrease stray current which happen when the current flow out of the rail and returns of another spot by using exciting earthing seams. Earthing seams divide three parts, which is first direct in earthing seams, second indirect or floating earthing seams, and last reverse direct earthing seams. Okay, this is the two software will be used in my project, which is first MATLAB or Simulink software and PSCAD software. Okay, expected result: to assist the stray current when train move away from initial state modeling, this method will be show the expected result of current run from contact rail when a train is moving on the track, and then the suggested model analysis approach is used to solving noding surface measurement and overall profile. In most cases, the setting the length of each segment or to 100 meters ensure the stray current are accurately determined, and then Thevenin equivalent voltage and resistor source or Norton equivalent circuit is used to simulate each substation. This is the linear equation for the Norton equivalent circuit. In this method, to analysis of stray current using concentrate element or pi line model in DC mode. In this method, the line is divided into section with equal length, and each section is modeled with a rain to ground resistor and conductance. Okay, this is the rail to ground resistance, RG to ground, G to ground, and then the length in each section divide is equal this. Okay, for my expected result to reduce stray current using method earthing seams will be show how each earthing seams will show result the reducing the stray current on the third rail system DC electrification by showing the reduction of rail voltage as well as the result graph on each earthing seams in the system. This chapter will be also show comparison between the earthing seams implemented in this study and choose which earthing seams is more effective used in railway system, especially in our country. Okay, in this project, as conclusion, this project is not yet complete because it only covered chapter 1 to chapter 3 only. It is a proposal to explain what exactly this project and what method to implement this project, result and objective in this project as well are not enough to achieve. However, this paper can explain how this project will be produced as well as what method will be used in this analysis. In addition, this paper will also explain how to achieve the actual objective of this project as well as what software will be used later to obtain the result, the data needed to success in this project later. However, this continuation of this paper will be implemented in PSM2 to ensure that the objective in this project can be achieved successfully. Okay, this is my Gantt chart BDP1 from week 1 until week 12. Okay, project planning for BDP2, inshallah, to ensure all project objective can be achieved. And second, make analytical comparison to the data obtained with the executive data. And last, obtain analysis of the finding on the simulation. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.